House Bill 719, which secure the jobs of more than 400,000 Filipino seafarers deployed overseas, was approved on second reading by the House and the Senate. It gives the Maritime Industry Authority, or Marina, the responsibility to implement and enforce the 1978 International Standards of Training, Certification and Watchkeeping of all seafarers. The bill was authored by Congressman Jesulito Manalo of the ANGKLA party list. Good evening, sir, and welcome to NewsLife.
Good evening, Kathy, and thank you for giving us time to be here and being of a source of probably enlightenment to this bill that was just passed second reading in the House.
Sir, what is the impact of this bill if signed into law by the President?
The impact of this bill is going to be a tremendous effect to our industry, considering that the seafarers contribute a substantial amount to our economy. It contributes close to $5 billion last year alone, and will continue to increase its contribution. The impact is that we can now align with global standards. The global standards of the maritime industry has become complex. That's why there is what you call the STCW Convention, that all standards of training, competency is now standardized among global maritime professionals.
Sir, has there been substantial failure of some of our seafarers to go abroad because of our failure to comply with these standards?
As of this date, there is no ban for our maritime professionals to board any vessel. However, because they have made an audit in 2010, EO 75 was issued by President Aquino simply to put the alignment of all government agencies towards one single administration. So it was really the issuance of President Aquino's EO 75 that awakened the necessary move of our country to look into our school system, the training program, the training of the seafarers that are boarding vessels all over the world. As you know, the Filipino seafarers number close to 400,000 on all the vessels worldwide.
Sir, what will happen if we fail to comply with the demand of the European Maritime Agency, or EMSA? Are there any sanctions that shall be imposed?
Well, the effect of getting this sanction will be devastating. They can actually ban us from boarding European vessels, but it will not be limited to simply European vessels, Kathy. It may be an American vessel or a registered non-European vessel, but if they go to Europe, they have this standard that all crew complement of every vessel must be certified, and their certification must be duly recognized as adhering to the STCW. So the danger of us not being able to board vessels all over the world is a reality that we should actually be mindful.
Sir, walk us through the difference or the similarity of the existing system when it comes to certification, and what will happen eventually once this bill is approved.
EO 75 started the so-called Single Maritime Administration by getting all the government agencies to be aligned. In other words, because of the President's directive, all certificates of competency, certificate of proficiency for our ratings now be issued by one administration, which is the flag, what they call the flag state. However, we need this bill because there are provisions of law that points to a certain agency, for example, the Professional Regulatory Commission, that they're the ones issuing or giving exams to our marine officers. Because of the STCW requirement that they require a single maritime administration to determine the competency, the skill, and the training by these seafarers, it will no longer be the PRC, but the entire marine board examiners shall be absorbed now by the Marina.
Sir, so when this happens, will it be easier or will it be sort of the same for our seafarers once they apply for certification?
It will eventually be more expeditious, but changes that are happening, there will be what you call adjustment, and Marina has been given the mandate as well as the budget. We have a very competent marina administrator today, and people are working hard. An example of this, and probably some of our seafarers have experienced on the issuance of, they really find it very difficult to get it immediately under the requirements of the STCW and the MLC convention. But if you look at the number of seafarers stand to almost 1 million, not to mention those who are boarding and are about to board. If you compute the 1 million and it takes 10 minutes to put and get the certificate going, you compute this will be about 18 million minutes that we're talking about. When you compute it, that's 9 years to do. But Marina has actually represented that they will be issuing or completion of these COPs by July. So they're doing everything, Kathy. They're doing everything, and I think we should give them a chance simply because we need to comply first with the global requirements. We need to comply with other laws. Remember, the maritime sector is just like any industry, like pilots. If you don't comply with the education, the standards, and the training, and we go ahead and just do this on our own, or simply believe or think that there is a system that's working here, but it's not aligned with the global standards, then it will reach the point that eventually the capability or the training of some of our people may be questioned. An example of like the driver's license, if we say that the driver's license in our country can be procured without training, without an exam, then some people may even doubt whether we know how to drive. So it's the same with our seafarers. We need to comply with these standards.
Sir, if we comply, if the Philippines eventually complies with this international standards, do you think that our seafarers in general will be given more they will be chosen over other choices from other countries because of this compliance? Certainly,
if we comply with the standards that's set by the world, the global standard, we are already 30% of the entire seafarers of the world. And we have actually become the seafarers of choice to many of the shipping owners. So if we comply with this, we can actually move higher. And how do we move higher in this level of the global workplace? Our seasoned seafarers can eventually become shipping managers. We can now start to manage vessels, and we can become owners. I always say in our party advocacy, I always say, why do we remain to be just the workers when we can become ship owners? We can become a maritime power. A maritime workforce, not only in Asia, but in the world. We have the technical skills, but we need to prove to our ship owners that we're there for the long term, and we mean well, and we're going to work hard to be the number one.
And sir, finally, if this bill eventually is passed into a law, how will this benefit the Philippines and our economy?
First, we don't have to look far. We are receiving close to $5 billion from our seafarers, which is only 5% of the total workforce of the OFW. There are about 10 million OFWs that support this country. Their blood, their work has been supporting our nation. And out of these $24 million that are being remitted by our OFW estimate, 20% comes from our seafarers that comprise only 5% of the total workforce. So can you imagine if we can increase the number of seafarers and we can simply say that we're qualified, we're competent, and we're capable? The opportunities are tremendous, Kathy, and I can only somehow dream and look at the great opportunity that we can offer. Because I, for one, my father is a ship captain. Because of his pay and his opportunity, I get a good education and my family members. So can you look at the other seafarers, those who are ordinary ratings, those who are just chefs in vessels, those who are officers? These are the new heroes and the new middle class of our countries.
All right, thank you very much, sir, and we look forward to the passage of this House bill that we are filing for our seafarers. That's Congressman Jesulito Manalo of ANGKLA.
Thank you, Kathy.